Okay. So, guys, listen now. Everyone, close the book. Just observe here. There is a concept called signature. What is this? Signature. Now, what is the signature? Not this signature. Not this signature. I think her brand, she is able to recall. Yeah? Okay. So, listen. First, I'll give you the definition of signature. Probably you will not understand. Signature is something which is used to describe the parameters of a constructor or a method. Rather than the definition, I'll try to give you an example. You'll understand it. Okay? Now, I'm going to create a class called as, let's say, calculator. In this class, I write a method, okay? I write a method called void add the numbers, okay? I write a method to add the numbers. Now let's say I want to add three numbers. One is integer I, the first number, and then double D, the second number, and then again, let's say long, the third number. How many numbers I would like to add? Three numbers. So basically it is a way to describe this particular parameters. Now, for example, if someone asks you, describe the signature of the add method. Listen to me, describe the signature of the add method. So you have to describe in this way. First of all, whenever you are describing the signature, you have to go in the priority. The first priority is always given to the number of parameters. The number of parameters. In our case, if someone asks you to describe the signature of the add method, totally how many parameters are there in our example? Three parameters are there. Clear? Similarly, the second priority is always given to the type of parameter. The type of parameters. Okay, now if someone asks you what is the type of the parameter, you can just say one is integer, one is double, and the another one is long. So I have long as one parameter, int is the data type of one parameter, another one double as the data type of another parameter. Or in another way, let's say there is a method which is taking two integer parameter, one float as the parameter. So you can say two integer and one float. So we are describing the data type. Type means data type of the parameter. The third priority is always given to the sequence or the order of parameter. What is that? Sequence or the order of parameter. So now in our case, tell me how many parameters are there? Three. The first one, the second one, and then the third one. Correct? So here we are not interested in the name of the parameter. Instead of IDL, I can take it as LMN. Right? A1, A2, A3. Name of the parameter can be anything. So we are focusing more on the data type. What is the first? Integer. Second one? Double. Observe the sequence. Second one is double. The third one is long. These three criteria which are used to describe the parameter is technically called as what? Signature. So signature is the one which is used to describe the parameters of a method or a constructor, because the parameters are applicable not only for a constructor, it is even applicable for a method. Are we clear now? Alright. Let's say for example, I'm going to take you through another example. Let's say I have a method called a calculator which is going to calculate something. It's going to calculate something. Okay. Let's say I need one integer first number, integer second number, and let's say a float number. So if someone asks you describe the signature of the calculate method, how would you describe? You should say how many number of parameter? Three parameters. Okay, out of that two are integer, one is float. But what is the order or the sequence? First is integer, second is float, third is integer. That is the signature. Hope everyone understood what is the meaning of a signature, right? Take some points. Signature. Signature. Signature is the one which is used to describe the parameters. Signature is the one which is used to describe the parameters. Signature is the one which is used to describe the parameters. Next. There are three criterias which defines a signature. There are three criteria which defines the signature. There are three criteria which defines the signature. What is the first one out of that? And the order should be in the same way, guys. The priority should always be given in this way, okay? What's the first one? The number of parameters. Write it down. The first one is the number of parameters. The second one is the type of parameters. And the third one is the sequence or order of parameters. Let's say I have only one parameter. Then do you think the sequence or order, does it really matter? It's like you are the only one person in the running race. You are the first, you are the last. There was an ad, no? Some ad, a kid ad. He says, come and says that, Dad, I got the first place. First or second? Oh, second place in the running race. First place, hey, you're making me confused. He says, how many are there? Wow, we first congratulate, and then he says that how many were there? He said only one. Okay, second done. Namdu bere ad. Omde irodu. So when you have only one parameter, the order does not matter because that itself is the first, that itself is the second. Okay. So while you are defining the signature or describing the signature or describing the parameter, you always have to go in this priority. All of a sudden, why are we talking about this? This is really important for today's topic. Clear? Deal done? Okay. Close book. This sig bartinappa aito. Hello. I'll come back to this. Close book. We are talking about totally a new concept, okay? Totally a new concept. Everyone understood signature? Yes. Just keep it aside. For a time being, keep it aside. We'll come back to that topic again. Now, what's the meaning of a method? Method means a behavior. Behavior means some work, some task, some job. Clear? Sometimes certain activity or certain job or certain task can be done in different possible ways. Nafi, hi. Focus here, you're dreaming of something. Now, for example, you have a mobile phone and you want to unlock the mobile. Okay? If you want to unlock the mobile, can I say unlocking the mobile is a behavior? Yes. I want to unlock the mobile, that's the behavior. If you really want to unlock the mobile, what are the different ways to unlock the mobile? First is, let's say, the first is the Face ID. Face ID or the retina, right? Using that I can unlock the mobile, that's the first one. The second one, let's say weekend. Okay, you are at your PG or at your home, you have applied full of facials. Your phone only not recognizing you. Are you clear? Now I want to unlock. How to unlock? You can use the thumb, the finger impression, thumb impression. That's the another way of unlocking the mobile. Let's say you are cooking something. Okay, your hands are too much oily. You will not be able to use that. Are you clear now? So you can use, there are different ways to unlock. One is facial recognition and unlock. Another one is the pin. You can enter the pin or the pattern and unlock. Another one is by using the thumb impression. Okay. Can I say unlock is one behavior and I am unlocking this mobile by different possible ways. Clear? Able to understand? So remember, any particular job or the work or some task can be performed in different possible ways depending on the situation to situation. Is this clear now? Okay. So it means to say there is a method. Method means some work. Okay. This method or this job can be executed in different possible ways. In different possible ways. In a first way, in a second way, in a third way. This is technically called as polymorphism. What do you call? Polymorphism. Polymorphism means there are polymorphism. It is derived from some language. There's a word, I don't know, Latin or Latin or something. Poly means many. Poly means many. Morphe means forms. Morphe means forms. Getting any work done, any one single work done in different possible ways. Getting any single work done in multiple different forms is called as what? Polymorphism. Clear? I'll just give you another example. Let's say there is a website and you want to, any banking website or anything that you want to log in. Can I say login is a behavior? Login is the behavior. So if you want to log in, there are two ways to log in. The first one, you enter the username and the password and you can log in. That's a one way of logging in. In fact, this option is there even in ICICI banking. Okay, I can enter the username and the password, I can log in. If you can tell me your username password, I can demonstrate practically. Okay, that's a one way of logging in. Sometimes people like me, I have the tendency to forget my password. Honestly, I don't remember the passwords. Okay, so in my case, what do I do is, I can log into the same banking application by entering my mobile number, registered mobile number. Registered mobile number. I can enter my registered mobile number so that I'm going to get an OTP and I enter the OTP and log in. Right? What am I doing ultimately? I'm logging in. But different forms of login. Sometimes I enter username and the password and log in. Sometimes I'm going to enter my registered mobile number along with the OTP and log in. But ultimately I'm logging in. Different forms of doing the same activity. That different forms of doing the same activity is called as what? Polymorphism. Are you clear? So now, how do we achieve this in Java? I want to perform certain tasks in different possible ways. So for that, okay, we can achieve this concept called polymorphism by using a Java concept called method overloading. What is that? Method overloading. Then what is the difference between method overloading and polymorphism? Method overloading is a way to achieve polymorphism. So polymorphism is a result and the way to achieve that result is called as what? Method overloading. Now I need energy. Ultimately I need energy. For that I am going to take some food. If someone asks you what is the difference between food and the energy? Are you clear now? Yeah, when I have the food, I am going to get the energy. So when you use the concept called method overloading, you are going to achieve polymorphism. So polymorphism is the result, and to achieve that we use something called method overloading. So the topic of the day is polymorphism and method overloading. Again, to be precise, in polymorphism there are two types of polymorphism. One is called compile time polymorphism and the other one is called runtime polymorphism. But in today's class we are going to talk only about a compile time polymorphism. That is, we are going to achieve that by using method overloading. That's the topic. So to understand the method overloading, we need to know something called signature. Clear? So, coming back to the signature concept, okay, in the signature we are not going to consider the return type of the method. It does not matter. Only the parameter. We are going to consider only the parameter. We don't consider the return type of the method. Are you clear? Good. So, now just observe, guys. Now, as the same example, so I want to log into the website. Login is my behavior. Okay? Sometimes I can log in. Are you able to see this? Better? Okay. If you want to log in some time, so guys, I'm going to use my username, and I'm going to use the password. Same login, I can log in another way. What is that? By using the registered mobile number. As well as when I enter the mobile number, I'm going to get an OTP. So I'm going to enter the OTP. Now tell me, if you consider this or correlate this with Java, what is the data type of username and the password? String and string. Username is string, and then the password is string. Or else I can log into the website by using mobile number. What is the data type of mobile number? Long, because it's a 10-digit number. Of course, not the double and the float, because your mobile number is not a decimal value. No, 9980517008.22. Right? OTP, a 4-digit or a 6-digit number, it is an integer. So, observe this. In my case, I have to write two methods. And the first method, which takes string and string as the parameter, nothing but username, password. The same another method with the same name, where it is going to take long mobile number and integer OTP as the parameter. Let's see how to achieve this practically. Okay, focus here please. I create a class called as website. This is my class. I have to write a method called login. What is the method name? Login. How many login methods I should write? One, two, two methods. Observe here, the method names must be same. Why method names must be same, sir? It is giving an error. If you write two multiple methods with the same name, obviously compilation error, saying that method duplication. Are you able to understand? So hence we have to change this. What has to be changed? The signature. The signature has to be changed. In the first one, username, and the other one is the password. Here it is long mobile number, and the other one is integer OTP. Now observe, have a look into this. Okay. In the class, same class, I am having more than one method. Okay. What is same? What is difference here? Method names are same. Okay. Yeah. Don't call it as parameters. Signatures are different. What do you mean by signature? Now, can you tell me? Signature is always evaluated based on the order. What is the first one? Number of parameters. Here number of parameters, how many parameters? In this case, two parameters. Sir, same sir. Duplication. Now, when the number of parameters are same, it tries to evaluate the second one. What's the second one? Type. Here it is string and string, whereas in this case it is long and integer. Can I say there is a change in the parameter? Let's assume that is also string and string, string and string, then in that case sequence also does not matter, it becomes compilation error. Okay? When you have more than one method, very important, with the same name. What is motivating us to keep the same name? Why are we keeping the same name? You could have given the different names, no? Why are we giving the same name? Because it is representing the same activity, same behavior. That's where it is, that's the reason we are keeping the same name. If it is one is login, another one is logout, probably I would have given the different name. I'm keeping the same name because my behavior is same. My activity is same. That's the reason we are keeping the same method name. But when you have more than one method with the same name, it leads to compilation error, saying that method duplication. To avoid that, what do? We keep the different signature. The simple concept is called as what? Method overloading. So what is the definition of method overloading then? Method overloading is nothing but having multiple methods in the same class, not in two separate classes. Let's say I have a class called the bird class has a method called eat because the bird eat. Another class called tiger. Tiger also eats. Now overloading, huh? No, because this is separate class, this is separate class. So having more than one methods in a class with the same name but change in the signature. Change in the method signature is called as method overloading. Change in the signature means either there has to be change in the number of parameters. No sir, number of parameters same. In that case at least there has to be change in the type or the data type of the parameter. No sir, data type is also same sir. At least there has to be change in the sequence or the order of parameters. Is this clear now? That's called method overloading. In method overloading, what we consider is, guys, very, very important. In method overloading, we consider only method name and the signature. That is, right side to this is what considered. Okay? Now observe. In this case, we only consider this. From here, we are going to consider only right side thing. What is that? We are going to consider the name of the method. We are to consider the name of the method and the signature. The left side, method return type, we don't consider. We don't consider the method return type. Whether return types are same or not does not matter. If it is same also we don't consider. If it is different also we don't consider. We only consider the method name and the signature. That is nothing but the parameters. Is this clear? Right? So, and one more thing. Java is a case sensitive programming language, you all know. Right? So one is login with uppercase, another one is login with lowercase. That is not overloading because the names are different. Right? Just because that fact that Java is case sensitive. Easy. Right? What is the outcome of method overloading? Polymorphism. Compile time, polymorphism. Certainly a question may come to your mind. Sir, I understood what is polymorphism. Sir, what is the meaning of compile time? We'll come back to that. What is the meaning of compile time polymorphism? What is the meaning of runtime polymorphism? Why? What is the significance of the word called compile time? That also we are going to discuss. Can you take down some points, please? Heading: method overloading. Method overloading. Method overloading. Having multiple methods in a class. Having multiple methods in a class. Having multiple methods in a class with the same name. Underline this point. With the same name. Having multiple methods in a class with the same name, but change in the signature. but change in the signature. Having multiple methods in a class with the same name but change in the signature is called method overloading. Is called method overloading. Is called method overloading. Just copy this. Change in the signature means either there has to be a change in the number of parameters, or you can observe the screen if you want, or there has to be a change in type of parameters, or there has to be a change in sequence or order of parameters, or there has to be change in the sequence or order of parameters. Hi. Copy. Any questions? No question. Copied, everyone done? Take the next point. In case if the method names are same, and signatures are also same, in case if the method names are same, and signatures are also same, in case if the method names are same and signatures are also same, then it is considered as method duplication. Method duplication. Hence, compilation error. Now, have a look into this situation. Would you like to copy this one as an example? Copy. I think some discomfort here. ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ? Copy this. ಆ ಜಾಗ ನಿಂಗೆ ಸರಿ ಕಣ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ವಾಸ್ತು ನಿಂಗೆ ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ಆಗಿ ಬಂದಿದೆ. Make it fast. ಎಲ್ಲ ಕನ್ನಡಕ ಹಾಕ್ಕೊಂಬರ್ದೆ, ಒಂದು ಕನ್ನಡಕ ತಕ್ಕೊಂಬರಿತಾ ಅದನ್ನಲ್ಲ. ನಾ ಪಾಠ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಕನ್ನಡಕ ಹಾಕ್ಕೊಂತಾನೆ. ಅಷ್ಟು ಸಣ್ಣ ಇದ್ದೀನ ನಾನು, ಬರೀಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಕನ್ನಡಕ ತಕೊಂಡು ಆರಾಮಾಗಿ ಬರೀತಾನೆ. ಸಣ್ಣದಾಗಿ ಬರೀಬೇಕು. Okay guys, done? Alright, just observe. Excuse me, don't talk. Now just observe, I'll demonstrate. An example for error scenario. One is void, let's say the method name is meth, or the method name is do something. Do something. Okay, what to do? Now observe, having multiple methods in the same class, okay, having multiple methods in the same class with the same name, it's called same signature, is called compilation error. Now what I do is, let's assume here it is integer k, okay, and now is this compilation error? Why? Because here number of parameter 1, here number of parameter 0. There is a change in the number of parameter. Oh, okay sir. Here it is double D sir. Now what? Again, number of parameters are same. In this case, number of parameter is 1, and in this case, number of parameter is 1. Though the number of parameters are same, the data type of parameters are different. No, sir. Here also number of parameters are same. Let's say, for example, integer j. Now observe, sir, here it is k, here it is j. You are able to understand? The variable name does not matter. There is no importance to the variable name. Okay, this is called method duplication. Okay, for example, here it is int j as well as let's say boolean k. Okay, and I'm going to write one more method here where I'm going to change the sequence. Observe, it's boolean k and then int j. It's called method overloading because here for the first one is integer, the second one is boolean, whereas in this case the first one is the boolean and second one is integer. Remember one thing, practically in the project wise, we never overload method just by changing the signature. How does it matter for me which is first, which is second? Are you able to understand? This is only syntactically first one, second one is the difference, but practically we don't do that. If you really want to overload with the number of parameters or data type of the parameters. But if you are simply overloading two methods, first is integer, second is double. In the second example, first is double, second is integer, okay. Compiler will agree, but realistically what is the faida? It's of no use. So you never see in any project, you never see an overloaded method just in the change in the signature. This is absolutely bullshit, okay? Clear? Okay, so now another example. Think in this way. Now here do something, an integer, okay. Here return type is void. Just observe. How many methods? Two methods. Here return type is integer. And I'm going to do something. And then finally return 33. Is it overloading? Hello, please answer. Why? But return types are different. No, here it is void, here it is integer. The return type does not matter. In method overloading, the return type is not even considered. You only consider the method name and the signature. Take that note. In case of method overloading, we don't consider method return type. We don't consider the method return type and the access modifiers. We don't consider the method return type and the access modifier. What do you mean by this access modifier? Onto the left side of the method, sometimes you use the keywords like public, private, right? They are all called access modifiers. We don't consider them. We only consider the, as I said here, we only consider the method name and the signature. The left side is not at all considered, okay? Copy this example. This is still considered as method overloading. Copy this example. It is still method overloading. Shafi, all is well?
Yes, sir.
Okay. అవును ಆಮೇಲೆ ಪರಿಚಯ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ತೀನಿ ನಿಮಗೆ. Copied? Python supports. Not sure. Now, think about this situation. Hey, don't get distracted, just observe. I have a class here, method name is meth. Here method name is again meth. Observe. What about this one? Huh? I need an answer, guys. Analyze and answer. It is called method duplication. Hence compilation error. Why method duplication? Same method name, same signature. Only the return types are different. But return type is not considered. Mark it as an error. Teach count. Copy. Compilation error. What is the reason? Method duplication. Don't say that same method. Say that as duplication. It's called method duplication. Understood? Let's see another scenario. Hey guys, everyone copied? Alright, just close the book, observe here. Another scenario, okay? Let's say the class name is test. I'm really going to take your test this time. Method name is add. Here, let's say it is same or different. Here, what I'm going to do is, it's going to take two parameters. Integer I, double D. Here, integer D, double I interchange the sequence. Observe, correct? Compilation. You see here it is I and D. Variable name does not matter. What matters? The data type matters. Here also it is integer as well as double. Here it is integer as well as double. It is a biscuit program. Here it is I and D, D and I. Only we are interchanging or swapping the variable names. The variable name does not matter. It's not at all given any importance. So this is called again method duplication, hence compilation error. I'll not ask you to write this because you have already this is also compilation error and it is considered as method duplication. So guys, easy, everyone understood? I have given you real-time example, real-world example, right? Let's see another real-world example. Take one point. Method overloading is used to achieve compile time polymorphism. Method overloading is used to achieve compile time polymorphism. Is used to achieve compile time polymorphism. Because method overloading represents multiple forms of doing the same activity. Method overloading represents multiple forms of doing the same activity or same task. Multiple ways of doing the same activity or same task. Correct? So the job is same, different forms of doing the same job. Inputs are different. For example, morning you are drinking. What you are drinking? Hot water, probably with some little bit of lemon or something. Evening also drink. Same water, but instead of lemon you may add some whiskey. In different inputs. Behavior only different. Polymorphism. Easy? I will take you through last one more example, please. Let's say in an Airtel, for one topic I'm giving so many examples, you should be happy actually. This is the way to show your happiness. Okay, let's say you want to pay the bill. Let's say some 500 rupees, you want to pay the bill. Excuse me. Can I say paying the bill is the behavior? Pay the bill is the behavior. Okay. Call it as pay the bill as the behavior. Observe here. Pay the bill is the behavior. Sometimes I pay the bill by using UPI. Sometimes we pay the bill by using UPI. Sometimes you pay the bill by using your card, maybe credit card or debit card, does not matter, it's a card. Sometimes I pay the bill by using internet banking or net banking. Net banking. Just observe here. You can pay the bill by using your UPI or you can pay the bill by using your card, or pay the bill by using the net banking, and another option is there, wallet, but let's restrict ourselves only to this. If you want to pay the bill by using the card, what information that you have to give? Right? So if it is a card, you have to give the card number, you have to give the inputs as card number, then expiry date, nothing but validity, then the 3-digit CVV. Are you clear? Observe here. The same way, if you want to pay the bill by using net banking, you select this and just pay now. It will take you to the payment gateway where you have to enter the username and the password. So how many data that I should enter in this case? 2 data. I have to enter 2 data. What are the 2 data that I have to enter here? Username and then password. In the earlier case, how many data I should have entered? 3 data. I should have entered 3 data. Are you able to understand? Whereas, same, if I want to pay the bill by using the UPI, okay, you have to mention the UPI ID, scanner, or else the UPI. What? I have to enter only 1 data, could be my UPI ID. Now tell me the data type of the UPI ID, maybe your phone number at the rate OKICICI and other things. Can I consider it as string? Here, what is the data type of card number? Long, because it's a 16-digit number. Expiry date? Expiry date. On the card, what is the expiry date? Let's say 05/29, 06/ 30. So since there is a slash involved, can I consider it as a string? Okay, expiry date is string. And the CVV is a 3-digit number. I'm going to consider it as integer. Same way, okay. So if you want to make the bill using the net banking, we have to enter the username and the password as string and string. String and string. So I have to write 3 methods in a class with the same name but change in the signature. Here I write 1 parameter. For the same another method, I write 3 parameters. For the same method, here I am going to write 2 parameters. Okay now? So, I write a class called as Airtel. How many methods I should write? 3 methods. The pay bill method. Why it's giving error? Method duplication. Method duplication. Here you can enter 1 input called UPI ID. So pay the bill by using UPI method. In this case, pay the bill by using card. So how many data? Long card number and then string, expiry date, and then integer CVV. Here, what is that? Net banking, using the net banking. So how much data? 2. String user name and then string password. Okay, so my behavior is same. That's I'm paying the bill, my mobile bill. So hence it is same name but change in the signature. This is a realistic example for method overloading. Clear? And it is a super important concept and often we use this in our project. Method overloading is extremely common. Clear? Copy this example. Feeling cold? Chill. You'll have to come up with one more scarf. Copy. Fast. Okay. Little cloudy weather, no, today? Google was. She is still in SQL hangover. ಬರ್ಕಳ ಮಾತಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕೂತಿದ್ಯಾ? ಆವಾಜ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಆವಾಜ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ ಅಂದೆ. Guys, listen. This is observe. This is a perfectly possible interview question. Explain method overloading with real-time example and real-world example. So Airtel is a real-world example. Mobile unlock is a real-world example. The logging into the website is a real-world example. What do you mean by real-time example? Real-time example means in Java itself, this concept is being implemented. Method overloading, you can find method overloading inside Java. For example, see, always remember lot of concepts of Java, for example, object-oriented concepts, they ask you to explain that by giving real-time example as well as real-world example. Real-world example is something like, in day-to-day life, where do you use these concepts? Okay? And real-time example means inside Java, where do you find that? A small example I'll give you. This is perfectly possible interview question, and often people ask this question. Okay? For example, there is something called system.out.println. Okay? Now observe, this println is a method which is going to print the content on the new line or the next line. This println has, just observe this, how many methods are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Observe this thoroughly. How many overloaded methods are there? Println, 10 overloaded println method is there. So if you use the println method, is it taking any parameter? Hello, please answer. It is not taking any parameter. Means if someone asks you to define the signature, you should say 0 parameters. What does it do? It simply prints one empty line. Clear? Whereas the other method is there, println, which is taking one parameter. Which is that parameter? Boolean. The another one, character array, double, float, int, long, like that multiple println methods are there. There are 10 overloaded println methods are there. How many println methods? 10 overloaded println method. Where this method is present are in which class? It is present in a class called printStream. Can you see here the class name? It is present in a class called printStream. So inside the printStream class, you can find 10 overloaded println method. This is a real-time example of method overloading. Now if you observe all these 10 methods, their signatures are different. Their signatures are different. Are you able to understand? That's the meaning. This is one. Take another note. In printStream class, P and S must be in uppercase. In printStream class, we find 10 overloaded println methods. 10 overloaded println methods. You are also trying to control that? Right? I hope everyone understood this concept. I have given you real-time example, real-world example, possible tricky questions. Clear? With the change in the signature, duplicating the signature, changing the written types, everything. Clear? What is polymorphism? Polymorphism is derived from two words. One is called poly, another one is morphe. Poly means many, morphe means forms. Okay, getting any work done in different forms, that's a multiple forms, is called polymorphism. Alright, that's the topic. Any questions so far? Krishna. Recording mugittu, class mugdilla. Turn off the laptop.